Gaslight is a 1944 film directed by George Cukor, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and starring Charles Boyer and Ingrid Bergman. This is a thriller mystery. It's a black and white film, obviously. And this is actually the second production of Gaslight after I believe one came out in the 30s. I don't really know the comparison to each other. I'd never seen this film before. This is a first time watch for me. It screened in my hometown at a brand new theater that opened up recently, and very good thing because I've been waiting for a theater like this that actually plays old films and independent films, and it's tiny. Literally, this theater has 12 seats only, so it's very, very comfy, independent, and you don't get the annoying kids, usually going into Marvel movies and talking the entire time. Yeah, first time watching Gaslight, and there was a Gaslight film released in the 30s, and then it's also based on a play. And what we have going on here, basically, it's a very classic story. It actually invented the term gaslighting, is where that term actually came from, is this film. And it's basically about a husband gaslighting his wife and making her feel absolutely insane. I'm going to be talking spoilers in this review because not like extreme spoilers, but I'm going to be getting into the plot and details of the film because it's so old, and it's very, very accessible. So I'm going to start just by saying if you want to check this film out, I highly recommend it. If you like black and white cinema, if you like classic cinema, just go watch it and then come back to the review. Or if you don't care, just stick around. But I will be talking some details about the film, so that's the warning. And from here on out, uh, stay at your own will. This woman is taking a trip to Italy. It takes place in London, and she's on some kind of trip for something. She meets this woman from London, where she lives with her husband, and this woman that she meets on a train kind of comes into the story later. But when she arrives back in London, she inherits this house, and the story begins basically where she inherits this house from an aunt, I believe. It's a death in her family, and she inherits, I believe it's an aunt who died in the house, and the house is left to her now because she's the next of kin or whatever. And her and her husband move into this house, and slowly but surely, the husband just really makes her feel crazy, starting with like telling her she's ill or she doesn't look well or she should stay home, yada yada, to the point where things, will go missing or she'll lose things, and he'll say like, if she misplaced some stuff. Meanwhile, he's kind of, hiding the shit himself. And he slowly escalates these tricks that he's really playing on her, and really psychologically is manipulative. He's manipulative. He's, 101 narcissist kind of thing. And he gets really evil about it. Like, he'll hide something and then ask her why she hid it, who else would hide it, kind of thing. There's a maid that works at the house too, and there's two other characters that work in the house doing something. But most of the story just takes place, or sorry, most of the story revolves around the husband and the wife kind of thing. And the film is called Gaslight because there is a gaslight in the house that is used as one of the things that the husband uses to manipulate the woman. And this all starts when the Ingrid Bergman's character, sorry, named Paula. I should be using names. Paula, played by Ingrid Bergman, she finds this letter, and then the husband, played by Charles Boyer, who's named Gregory. From there, he just takes the letter and he's like, you should have never found this kind of thing. And this is the beginning of the catalyst for making her seem like she's crazy. And eventually he tells her that, like, there was no letter whatsoever. She was, like, looking into her hands and her hands was bare, and she was talking about some letter that didn't exist. So she starts to, feel even more insane. And it turned into a murder mystery, essentially. And, by the end, you start to realize that he was very heavily involved in the aunt's death, and he had this ploy kind of thing to rob the aunt of her jewels because he knew that she was holding onto these jewels that were extremely valuable, and because his wife blanking on names now, Paula, Ingrid Bergman, was starting to get too close to what he did in the past and starting to get too close to figuring him out, he, retaliated by making her feel crazy. And this is like, back in those days kind of thing where like you could lock your wife up if you just thought she was crazy, and women were a lot more possessed than they have become in modern days, thankfully. So this is like a time capsule kind of film, and this is a product of its time kind of film. But very interesting, extremely well shot. I love the atmosphere. It's very like haunting and spooky. There's a lot of gaslights in it. Not just gaslighting, but a lot of actual gaslights that look really, really nice for the time. And the shadows are great. The performances are all awesome. And I don't know, I love old films to see a bunch of actors who are no longer around but live on through cinema. And I don't know, I just find that concept amazing. That's what really intrigues me to old cinema and old films. So really good stuff. I had a really good time with this film. Loved the new theater, and I loved that they showcased this as their first screening. The theater is located at a place called the Gaslight District in Cambridge, Ontario. So showing Gaslight is kind of funny, a little moment. So, but yeah, it was a good first time watch, and I really enjoyed it. So, go check it out if you haven't seen it before. I strongly recommend it, and it's a classic film. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.